Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Nguyen, the CEO and founder of the International School of Traders. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this very first video analysis, recorded session analysis of the 2023 trading session. So, guys, there's a couple of things that I want to discuss on this video, especially the kind of trades that I want to discuss. Share with you this evening, including Euro USD, AUD/USD, USD/JPY, German 30, and S&P 500, which are some of the trades that I want to discuss with you this evening. Okay. First and foremost, let's look at USD, Euro USD, which is our first trade, our first setup that I want to look at. Actually, the first chart that I want us to look at. Nobody has posted about this, but what I had to look at here, or what I am looking at in terms of Euro USD, is this beautiful trend that we are having here, which is high highs and high lows, where we are having markets trading just upside, which is very, very beautiful, giving us that idea that, hey, the market really wants to bounce and continue to assess upside. Is that going to continue past this point? We can only be sure when it does that. But what we have seen is that the market has come down and bounced in this area, which is very, very important with regards to our previous low here in this particular case. If you look at this previous low that we touched on, so this is a very, very important low where markets never exceeded below it. So in this particular case, I'm still looking to see markets pushing towards the top side, especially if you're looking on the smaller time frames. We should be able to break some of these areas which are slightly above us before we can think of selling in this market. So as for now, we're looking to buy on Euro USD, looking for buy opportunities on a smaller time frame. But in this particular case, I won't be able to share that with you. Coming to the trade that I have actually looked at into some lower time frames is AUD/USD. You can see that on a smaller time frame, this particular trade or setup has shown some very positive trends, or let me just say move towards the downside, where we have seen some impulsive movements towards the downside, where markets was pushing drastically towards the 0.65668 mark. We saw a bounce there. I think we do have a solid support for now, but looking at this market, this looked like a very beautiful retracement in this particular case. So in an hourly time frame, looking to go short on AUD/USD all the way down to 0.65668 with a stop loss of 0.67231. Now, where to enter this market? Now, the market has already touched the point where I would like us to take this trade at, meaning that if we were to take the trade around 0.66996, we were going to be looking at roughly 1:5 ratio, beautiful ratio. But in this particular case, let's say you're taking this trade around these low points around here, you'd be looking at around 2.5 ratio, 3 ratio, 1:3 ratio, which is not really bad if it's still above 2, which is 1:2 in this particular case. So it's a good trade, it's a good setup. I'm gonna send the setup on all groups as well. Looking at another trade, I think this one was discussed by Dumelo in the group. So this one is a very beautiful one. We're looking at USD/JPY, especially for our time frame. Market has shown some beautiful trends towards the downside, especially impulsive movements towards the downside here. We have seen markets giving us these beautiful let me just say this impulsive move that we saw here gave us an idea that the market might want to continue to its downside, and using Fibonacci or Fib in this particular case has led me to say this is going to be our level where we're going to be taking a sell. Taking a sell around the 135,873 mark, and then taking our profit down there at 132.362 with a first stop loss of 1.7 .088, which is around according to the setup, it's negative, less than a 1% loss, and then according to this calculator over here, and then in this particular case we're looking to gain at least 2.58%. In this particular case, our ratio is 2.89, which is more than 2.5 in terms of 1:1, 1:2, meaning this is a good trade in terms of stop loss and stop loss and take profits in this particular case. So we are looking to take a profit down here on the previous low, and it is going to be a beautiful trade if it does go our way. And then looking at another trade here, which is a very beautiful trade that I have looked at over the last couple of hours. German 30 on a 1 hour time frame. We're looking at German 30. I have seen that we have a previous highs over here where we have equal highs. I believe those equal highs need to be cleared out. We need to see market pushing towards the top side, especially looking at a daily or hourly, daily or 4 hour time frame, or an overall large time frame here. You can see that the market has been mostly bullish over the last couple of weeks or months. So that can be one of the hints that we are on the right direction in terms of looking at buys. But we're just looking at a short-term buy in this particular case, not yet a long-term. So yeah, looking at an hourly time frame, we are just near our buying zone with a stop loss of 5011.71. Take profit at 154.96.43. In this particular case, this is a good 1:3 ratio on a German 30. And then last but not least, this is going to be S&P 500. S&P 500 is one of the setup that I called out last year in November in terms of the direction where we're looking at markets going towards the downside. Well, this has been most of the trend here actually on S&P 500, which is actually spoken about by the former president of the US, which is Donald J. Trump, where he said if Joe Biden becomes president, we're gonna see the stock market falling, which is actually what has happened over the last couple of years, ever since Mr. Joe Biden took office. In this particular case, you're looking to sell S&P 500 around this zone. I think it's a more or less similar situation with the USD/JPY. In this particular case, we do have a beautiful ratio of 1:3, which is a good ratio, not a bad ratio at all. But with regard to the stop loss, meaning you might need a slightly bigger account to trade this particular setup in this particular case. Other than that, it is going to be a beautiful week, guys. We've just had the NFP last week, expecting a lot more of the movement this week. Thank you so much, guys. Happy New Year for those of you who are seeing me for the very first time here, and I will see you on the other side of the withdrawals. Shalom.